Welcome to Look Around the Confederation. I'm your host, Moose, and we have finally fixed the intro after the so many long years. Before we get started, please remember the views and opinions expressed in this broadcast are not necessarily the views and opinions of the SCV, its GEC, nor any division, brigade, camps, or any other subsidiaries. How is everybody doing in Dixieland tonight? We got a great show for y'all. I have Conroe by my side, so I know it's going to be great. We have Dr. Mitchum in the chat, the Lone Ranger, Past Commander in Chief Chuck Michael in the chat, Victor, Mr. Sean, Miss Linda. We have a great crowd tonight. We ask that everybody please share this information out there so camp and division news can get out to the general public and, of course, other SCV members. How are you doing, Conroe? How are you doing? That. I was about to correct myself. How are you doing, GCB?
Doing great. And we fixed the intro.
Finally.
Yes, we did.
Okay, I'm going to give credit where credit's due. So, Connor originally did come up with our intros, and he's come up with all of our intro backgrounds. And he 100% did the new intro for Look Around because, as it has been a running joke,
because it needed updating. We're not talking about that. It just needed updating. It's a fun, fresh look. In a minute.
All right.
Because it's got some time. In a minute. Gonna need a. I love how we're both kind of wearing the same shade of shirt, and we didn't plan that.
Plan on it, not whatsoever. I don't know if that's saying how long I've been your aide de camp or what, but it definitely speaks to the volumes.
On Thursday, we wear pink.
On Thursdays, we will wear pink. Oh, gosh. All right. We got a bit of news tonight. And then me, GCB, will talk about, of course, a little bit of an SCV chat update. We have something that y'all have been asking for a while.
Besides a new intro.
Yeah, besides a new intro. And this is more of a relaxing, chill episode after something like a pilgrimage or a reunion or a big national event. It kind of throws us for a loop, and it takes us a minute to get back in the swing of things. And, of course, after April, there's always a news dip. So Look Around the Confederation takes a minute to regain its footing. But got a good bit of news planned for y'all tonight. And, of course, you know, our little talk. But let's see here. Scroll down. All right. Let's get started. I'm not used to having someone here with me, so I have nothing for you to do. Well, hello, darkness, my old friend. Got you. All right. First bit of news comes from the Private William Riley Milton Camp, 741. They invite you to their June 13th meeting to hear from Miss Barron, the daughter of the Carver of Stone Mountain. And they also ask you to join them July 11th, as you can hear from the voice of the Confederation, the historian-in-chief, Forrest S. Dawes, no relation.
And what that really should have said was hear Donna Faulkner Barron, the daughter of the Carver of Stone Mountain. No, you said like carving or stone mounting or something like that.
Well, welcome to Look Around the Confederation, where we at least have one of those per night.
Well, I bet there's going to be more. That's why I'm here.
It's really why. We've just been begging at this point. Please come on and shave Look Around.
Next story.
Give me a minute. A reminder to please share this episode. And remember, we're on YouTube, TikTok, and we have our own website, scvchat.com. All right. Next bit of news comes from the Captain J.J. Dickerson Camp, 1387. They had a Confederate Memorial Day service at Old Melbourne Cemetery on April 23rd of this year. Let me see. There it is. It seems like y'all had a great crowd, and along with camps, we had members from the let's see here, Calverlin Light UDC camp, the SCV Brigade commanders Al Mashley and Mr. Sean McFall. Good to see you, Miss Sean. And Flags Around Florida chairman Mr. Cotton attended. Great that y'all had a great event. Looks like a great task. Oh, I wasn't looking at the chat, and you got me with that. Good to see that this great group of gentlemen and ladies had a great time. Always, again, love to see something from Camp 1387. Glad that y'all had a very successful Memorial Day service. And please send us more news. Next bit of news is going to come from the Alabama division as they have the first annual Yellow Hammer Jammer. It will be September 30th, 2023 from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Confederate Memorial Park in Mulberry, Alabama. They'll have musical performances by Mutt Cooper, Allie Knight, Brendan Young, and Unreconstructed.
That's two.
We're just going to keep trucking. Past Commander-in-Chief Chuck Michael will be the keynote speaker. Food and drinks are available. Games for kids, fun adult door prizes, historical presentations, and other activities. Please bring your ice cream freezers, pop tents, and lawn chairs. There'll also be a hot dog eating contest for adults and kids. There's no administration fee to enter the park. A good day of family fun. So we hope to see you September 30th for the Alabama Division's event. Yes, GCB?
Is Carl Jones allowed to compete in the hot dog eating contest?
No, because it'd be unfair for everybody else.
That
is a note that is the note that a commander of the Army of Tennessee, Jimmy Hill, gave us. Carl cannot join.
Yeah, Chief, we down here in the South, because it's too many syllables, we don't like to say inaugural event. It's just easier for us to say first annual because we have hope that we'll do it again.
Yeah, we do that a lot. There's a lot of first annuals that don't have a second. That's usually non-SCV or Confederate events, I've noticed. Past Commander-in-Chief Chuck McMichael says there should be a Pop-Tart eating contest.
Pop-Tart. Every time we say it, they're supposed to send us money, but they don't.
They send us 1 penny. It's just going to be a while. I don't know why we signed that contract. I think Thomas did.
Pop-Tart.
She spends a whole hour talking about Pop-Tarts.
That'd only be $1.
Well, it's good or hard-earned money like you did with the Moose Facts a while ago.
75 cents, baby.
All right, I'll let you handle this one.
Gonna bring it up?
Yep.
All right, we have upcoming not upcoming. It already happened. The Halifax Heritage Festival in Ringgold Battery, which consists of the Pittsville Vindicators Camp 828 and the Stuart Harrison Camp 515. They fired 2 rounds at each of the 4 different times throughout the day during the event. Really enjoy seeing camps get out there, especially in the living history community, showing that the SCV is the first shop for anything you want to know about Confederacy. Keep up the good work up there, Ricky. I know you will. We enjoy having your news on here. All
right. Fun fact about that event, Mr. Ricky did want me to bring up the fact they got a very positive feedback from the crowd that day, and a lot of people came up and were extremely nice to them and welcoming that they were at that event. So again, it shows to show you that it shows to show you, my man.
Shows to show you.
Well, tomato. That
getting out there and being a positive impact in your community has a lot of good stuff for us here in the SCV. We get to show that we're not what everybody thinks we are.
Amen. All right, next bit of news. All right. Again, going to go back to the Private William Riley Milton Camp, 741. They will have on October 17th at the Pinewood Cemetery.
Let's try that again, Moose. You said 17th. October 7th at the Pinewood Cemetery at 11 a.m. in Daytona Beach, Florida. The Private William Riley Milton Camp 741, which is Victor's Camp, will be having a footstone dedication for its namesake. As you can see, scrolling across the bottom is some more information. I believe the descendant of
the grandson,
real grandson of Private William Riley Milton will be there in attendance. If you have anything that you want to know about this or figure out how you can help the event, please feel free to reach out to Victor Smith. His email is scrolling across the bottom of the screen right about now. VicSmith741@yahoo.com.
Yeah, and know that, of course, any event that we talk about, especially if you send us a poster. So, Victor, please send us a poster for this event. We posted on the SCV Chat Facebook page after the live stream episode has ended. This is just in case you could not see the details. Many of you know when we're doing this, when we put a poster on the screen, sometimes we can read it, sometimes we can't. And, of course, we can't fit all the information sometimes for an event into our news section. So we put every bit of information you can on our Facebook page after the show. We just ask that you send us a flyer for the event and send us any information you want. We'll have it up and ready. All right. Well, going on to our last bit of news for the evening, we have
bits of news, and I believe they come from one comes from my camp, and one comes from my division.
Ooh, okay. I do want to give you a pat on the back because you won't let me do it any other time because you are a humble man and because you are scared that I'm going to be mean to you. Humble. You're looking around.
I've got the ego the size of Forrest dolls. I don't know what you're talking about. Height-wise, not saying that Forrest has an ego. I'm just you were to sit it down on the ground, it'd be that tall.
Yeah. On June 10th, our youngest division commander in the Mississippi Division and the only one to serve 2 consecutive terms
is going out of office. And if y'all thought at the national reunion, Larry going out of office with all his wooing was something to behold, y'all don't want to behold what will happen here in Mississippi. But really quickly, let's go ahead and talk about what my camp commander sent in a second ago there, Moosey.
All right, we'll jump back to this. Don't think I'm forgetting. But on May 20th at Beauvoir, there will be a work day. Now, GCB knows a bit more about it. I have some requests on my phone somewhere. It kicked me out of y'all's Facebook group for a second.
Well, I'll go ahead and talk about it. So Beauvoir is the last home of Confederate President Jefferson Davis. It is located on right off of Highway 90 off of the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast. Beauvoir means beautiful view in French. And also, fun fact for you, Jefferson Davis was famous before the war for commanding troops at the Battle of Buena Vista, which is Spanish for beautiful view. Anyway, being there on the Gulf Coast with the wonderful saltwater breeze coming off the water as well as the sand, hey, things happen. And there's always, just like any museum, there needs to be work done to upkeep the property. We're trying to build nationally this Confederate conglomeration or museum system, rather. Of course, we've got our hearth and home at national headquarters in Columbia, Tennessee, the Confederate Museum at Elm Springs on the Southern History or Southern Heritage campus. I'll get that right one of these days as soon as they come out with the T-shirt. But the other one is Beauvoir. Beauvoir has belonged to or been, Mississippi Division has been in dealing with Beauvoir since, I believe, 1902, 1906, somewhere around there. When the widow of First Lady gave it to the United Sons of Confederate Veterans Incorporated, which is the Beauvoir Corporation, which is a whole big another headache to discuss or confusing thing. But after that, it became a soldier's home for the Confederate soldier, sailor, Marine, his widow, his orphan, and his servant. And after the last widows left in the 1950s, it became a shrine to President Davis and the Confederate soldier. Just there's a lot of work that needs to be done on the property, anything and everything you can imagine, from trimming trees to helping clean out the bayou that's on the back of the property, helping in the library, masonry work, electrical work. If you are within the driving distance for Beauvoir and you want to help, get your hands on and help preserve a piece of Southern history and Confederate history, and a place where the true history of the South is presented to future generations. Definitely May 20th, we've got a wonderful work day that's next weekend down there. So yeah, like Moose said, we will put out more information about exactly what trades are needed down there. We appreciate anything that you can do. Moving on, my camp, Rankin Gray's Camp 2278. For the past couple of years, we have partnered with Camp RAD, which is a camp for children with, I believe it's MS or MD, muscular sclerosis, muscular dystrophy. Anyway, it's kids who have some type of physical disability. It's a camp where they can come and do the normal camp activities that you remember from your younger days. And it gives them a chance to have some normalcy. This year or last year, we raised enough to send, I believe, 30 kids to camp, just completely sponsor them to go. This year, we're wanting to double that. If you will look us up, Rankin Gray's Camp 2278, or go to our website, which I'm going to pull up really quickly on my thing so I can copy the URL. You can find our PayPal information, and you can donate that way, or you can message us on Facebook, and you can get us there. We are accepting donations for one of the commemorative Nathan Bedford Forrest 22 pistols. Interesting story that we found with that a couple years ago. Rankingrays.org is our website. Again, rankingrays.org. That's one thing my camp loves to do, is get back to our community, and really, especially with kids who could use the help. So,
and good old Christian Lee is on the Camp 1325's page saying scvchat.com is looking great. Thank you. But your camp, the Rankin Grays camp, always does a lot to get out in the community. I always tell, and y'all do so many good things as well. It's not just getting out of the community. The causes of what y'all are doing in the community are extremely just. And I always tell people, if you want to look about a perfect example about how to get involved in the community, look at the Rankin Grays camp. They do a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to send the more specific link right now. Sorry, Moose.
Oh, no, go ahead. All
right. Continue.
All right, there we go. So, without further ado, oh yeah, let me go back into giving you your humble.
Nope.
We love you, GCB,
and I love y'all, and we've already had enough talk about it.
Bless his heart. 4 years is a long time.
Yes, it is. I have aged. I looked at my earlier pictures actually last night with all that baby fat that I had on. That's a joke. But yeah, it's a major change. It's a lot will happen in 4 years. I will say this, doing the math, I'm about, I believe, 48 days shy of serving as division commander as the entire war lasted. So,
wow.
Humble brag there.
Hey, it's good to have a humble brag every now and then. Do we want to jump into what we wanted to talk about a bit tonight, or do a quick Pop-Tart break?
Well, considering how it's 7:22 and we don't have this Pop-Tart break song loaded in here, I think it's just time for us to continue to talk on, unless we want to take our commercial break. But it's your show.
Oh, you're talking about the Carl thing?
Yeah, we don't have it on this one.
We don't have it on this one, but I have 4 ads in here. But we can talk about everything real quick. So I'll let me save that for later. I'll probably forget about that in a second. All right, so actually we're going to do a bit of trivia. So tonight we're hoping to do something that y'all have asked us for a long time. And we're not promising it's going to get off without a sketch.
Heck, the stuff we've been doing for a long time doesn't get off without a hitch.
Yeah. So we are going to be taking it one step at a time, but we are heading in the direction of finally doing something that y'all have been asking. So I'm going to be that old person that always asks you to guess about what this surprise is going to be.
And it's not just the new intro for the show. That was a surprise.
Yeah, that was a surprise. David, when's the last time we had a trivia night?
It was months ago, and I believe you were supposed to be sending them something that you were paying for out of your pocket. David, send us your mailing address.
Send us your mailing address and what we promised.
I will mail you an autographed picture of me, which is a prize in and of itself. Everybody's getting one except for Moose. J-Bo's got one.
Apparently, I was not a good aide.
Forrest has got one. Adam's got one.
Come on, you've given them out to a whole lot of people.
Susie's got one. Somebody they don't know's got one. I think Billy's got one.
Who all won?
No, I'm just giving them out.
No, yeah.
No, Carl, Carl, despite my pleas and everything else about doing it in the Moose costume, Sean, I've got yours set aside for National Reunion.
I'll leave the show.
Pretty much everybody's got one except for Moose. Moose can look at them, but he can't touch.
I think it was Paul that won with you, David. I'm going to need a refresher. It has been so long. I'll try to go look up the episode. I have a catalog of all the episodes on my computer, so I'll go back and look through it. But just send me an email with everything, and we'll get you settled away. Yeah, you are so humble, GCB. I'm not wearing a Moose costume. I thought you were talking about the SCV Chat Awards, which were actually, for the first time in our history, not given at the Pilgrimage this year.
We're giving them at Reunion.
We're giving them at Reunion, so there's still time for you to win some of our prestigious SCV Chat Awards.
Like the Cross Spatula, the Moose Chalice, the other Moose Chalice, the Chat Head of the Year.
Yeah, Chat Head of the Year.
The Frop.
The Frop, which we actually don't have a nomination for the Frop at the time.
We need a Fropping nomination.
We need someone to really rare Frop it.
Let me think. What other ones have we given out? The Hearth and Home Award.
We usually give awards at the first year we did it was after the Forest reinterment.
Right.
And then we've been doing it at the Pilgrimage. This year we decided to push it back to Reunion.
This is only our third year. The first year we did it at the reinterment. Mm-hmm. The second year we did it at Pilgrimage. Now we're trying to spread them out amongst national events, guys.
Yes. So hint, hint, please show up to national events.
Miss Linda, I'm not getting J-Bo a tiara. He tried to take Kayla Southern's, and there was blood almost shed in the middle of that restaurant.
We almost lost at that time future Commander-in-Chief. His life flashed before his eyes. But no, it will be off-site. It will be at a restaurant. We will be live streaming our chat head dinners, we like to call it. You get a couple awards, you just sit back, relax, have a good time. Mr. Sean, I would love, I jump around a lot on here, GCB. I would love to do a look around Florida with you around reunion time. We can make it happen, and we'll
for that matter. All of our spinoffs, or co-produced shows, or whatever we want to call them, would be nice to do all 3 of them or 4 of them at the same time.
Yes, at a national reunion coming up in July.
A little more than 30 some odd days.
Yes, so y'all
actually technically 29.
But yeah, we have the prestigious Cross Spatula Award. We have the Rare Frop. We have the Moose Chalices.
Susie, I will not go easy on Moose.
To be honest, she's concerned.
I have 29 days left, and then I become a pumpkin.
What else? I feel like we had more awards. I keep meaning to make like a little booklet of them, and I keep forgetting.
Our awards are special in the fact that we curtail the awards for those that deserve them. Not necessarily that there's an award out there. I mean, the chat head of the year and the Cross Spatulas, those are obviously,
our cream of the crop.
But
usually, okay, so the ones that aren't really, the only one that's really not picked by us is the chat head, because it's basically the person who has been the most active fan of the year.
Yeah, what he said.
We completely meant to write this stuff down years ago, and we just now refuse.
And you have to be present to win it.
Yes, that is a big one. You have to be there to win it.
So while somebody may not miss a single episode of SCV Chat, but he's somewhere else, you have to be present to win it.
Mm-hmm. And you have to share the episodes.
And keep my wife's name out your mouth.
All right.
That's funny. That may happen during the award ceremony. Who knows?
Just start yelling at the back of this poor restaurant.
I know one new award that'll be out this year.
Are we going to do last year? Usually at least 1 year, we have a special award that's usually never seen again. Last year we had the Golden T-Rex. Yeah. I usually leave those up to GCB, because GCB, I'll come up with something that it's funny. It's okay.
Because I'm Don Rickles.
Yeah. GCB will come back in a week. Okay, now your idea is funny, but what if we do this? And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's amazing.
What if we do the Golden Corn Dog Award? Like that.
All right.
Yep, that's happening.
That's happening.
Anyway, let's get ready to rumble.
All right. So
how about that for a segue?
That is a great segue, because something y'all have been asking for is us to live stream and have our videos on Rumble. And guess what? SCV Chat is now on Rumble.
Maybe.
Maybe. We are still 50-50 on this scenario. No, there is actually already a Moose Award. Someone asked that we have a Pop-Tart Award.
No.
Yeah. The corn dog is too great not to do now. But
to find out why.
Didn't have it. I'm not giving the story behind the corn dog live on air.
No,
we can't.
Anyway, so our Rumble account is rumble.com/user/SCV chat.
Yes. Okay. So here's the deal. So Rumble requires just 5 people before you can get a page really started. I can't do anything with it right now. I can upload a couple of minutes long video. So we need 5 just 5 of you, to go over and follow us on Rumble.
And if you follow now, but wait, there's more.
If you follow now,
you get
I'll
Moose's
give
undying love.
I'll give you a handshake at reunion.
First 5 followers get an autographed picture of me and Moose.
Yes, yeah, we'll do that. We can tell, I think, the first 5 anyway. So we already got 1. People, we reach over 3,000 people on Facebook a week. We'll reach over 1,000 to 2,000 people a week on YouTube. We have over 500 subscribers on YouTube. We have over 3,000 people that follow this page. We should be able to really dominate Rumble starting today. Carl has asked that has said he will follow us as soon as he finds out what Rumble is. So what Rumble is really is a non-woke YouTube. It's what YouTube used to be, really. A platform where people could get on it. If you get a following, you have a following. You get that social media fame, if you will, but it's basically like old school YouTube. So there's no politics, there's no yankiness, there's no lies, there's no fact checking, there's none of your videos getting taken down because the people at YouTube disagree with us. It's basically one of our backup plans for YouTube.
Well, it's another way for us to reach our target audience. Susie, if she's still watching, can regale or can verify the story that my daddy used to tell about one of our family members who was a preacher, who part of his ministry was he would go once a week and play golf. And people would ask him, he'd say, Reverend Jackson, why are you going and playing golf on a Thursday? Shouldn't you be out there winning souls for the Lord? And his response was, in order to win the souls for the Lord, you have to go where the sinners are. We're not planning on doing away with our Facebook or our
YouTube
platform. That's where our most of our sinners are. But for our fans and friends that may not trust Facebook or any other type of social media, but still want to have fun and enjoy the show, they can view on Rumble. It's not like Discord. Tony, we talked about opening a Discord, but no.
We would have to basically have so many moderators.
Yeah, we'd have to pay a moderator.
We would have to pay, and not because of y'all. It's because of the trolls that would find their way in, say something, take a screenshot of it, and it would make its way online. And the Discord is a group of fans of an internet following. So if we did that, we're really opening ourselves up to some major headaches. We might still do one in the future, but right now it's just not in the cards.
Moose and I collectively spend roughly an hour and a half a day going through our TikTok, which we're on TikTok. Don't forget about TikTok for your children, grandchildren. We're really about to start ramping up on that with some stuff, as well as YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, those various other social media platforms that we have, going through and deleting comments and banning trolls. If we had a Discord, it would be, on top of that, a hard thing for us to do.
Yeah, we don't really talk about that type of part of this job where we have to constantly, because we're all for a debate. I mean, I think Carl has even talked about doing a civil debate on the show, but that's on the show, not in the chat. And usually these people in the chat are pretty vicious and very disrespectful, very foul, a lot of cussing. And at the end of the day, we just don't feel comfortable that being on our show. Can you hear me, GCB? I think Connor froze. That's a flashback for you. But, it's just so much of a headache sometimes because of this. We're having bad weather in Mississippi, by the way. It's just it would add so much on our already big plate, and we have so many great things coming. Did your power go out?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. But I was just telling everybody, yes, it is an SCV chat classic coming back. GCB is frozen.
I'm not frozen.
You were on our screen for a while, but the thing is you look like you were like continuing doing what you've been doing. Now another SCV chat classic, you going back into witness protection.
Glad we're having a retro night.
We try our best to entertain y'all.
Yes, so Rumble is a more transparent platform. So yeah.
It sounds like yes, it's basically how YouTube is supposed to be and run. And I'll pull up our homepage right now. There's nothing on it, as you can see. We have 5 subscribers.
Followers.
What'd you say?
Because we still probably need about 3 more followers.
Well, no, we have the 5.
Oh, okay, yay.
But again, please go follow, because that's another way to keep in touch. Because you'll never know when Facebook, YouTube could shut us down, and it's another reason why we got the website. And it's another reason why we've been trying for the longest time to get Rumble ready, because it is just, you never know some days. Our enemies, these Yankees, they'll attack you out of nowhere. And they did it to us on Twitch as soon as we started getting successful. So GCB.
That was Twitch doing that, but
yeah.
All right, friends, family, and everybody like that. I'm going to have to.
I think GCB is going to have to go, everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. It's starting to look weird out here.
Is there anything else you want to talk about tonight? You can send it in the private chat and I'll cover it.
No, we're on Rumble. We've got some projects in the works. Well, I can go ahead and talk about one that we've been talking about.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll come back to this.
We're going to start making YouTube shorts, which is going to make things a lot better off on y'all who do share, and for those that want to share. The shorts will be like little 60-second, videos of, us doing a trivia question or us talking about something, significant to the war and everything like that. But it'll be a way for you to share a little clip, a little vignette. One thing that TikTok has done for mine and Moose's generations, it's killed our attention spans. Ooh, shiny, just like that. So the best way for us that we're figuring right now to draw people in, besides everybody sharing our stuff, is for us to make shorter little clip videos. So like one thing that we'll do is we'll pull up a biography of a Confederate general, condense it down into, let's say, 40 seconds, give people 20 seconds to answer, and then be like, okay, yeah, that's John Bankhead Magruder, or something like that. So be looking for those to be coming out relatively soon. It'll be a great thing for you to share, especially if you need to open up a camp meeting with something fun. You'd have an instant trivia question.
Yeah, and you can pause it and give people more time to answer. So do you want to say bye, GCB?
Yeah.
Goodbye, GCB. Oh, I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. But he's gone now. So, yes, we're going to be starting YouTube Shorts, which is about 60 seconds long, trivia, a couple other things we're going to look into. Our Chief of Heritage Operations says this is the start of an SCV network. Yes. I mean, we've talked about this plenty of times before, what we want to do with SCV chat.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I get to do this and drive.
That's not safe.
I've got everybody. This is the great thing about lightning. Great thing about technology. I have you connected to my hands-free Bluetooth speaker. You thought you were getting rid of me, Moose.
I came this close. And Carl, we do have a lot of plans, and you are a part of those, of course.
Yes, Carl.
Yes, please, Carl. But someone said don't get taken to Oz.
I'm gonna try not to.
That's good. But yeah, no, we have a lot of big plans in the works for SCV chat. Some will be very noticeable. Some will be very big. Something I'm working on that I can't wait to show everybody. SCV chat is definitely going to do a lot of growing this year. And what I mean by that, we've been trying to do a lot of things behind the scenes for years. We've talked about, and I don't think this is a shocker to anybody, but we've talked about for a while documentaries. I know GCB talked about it a while ago, and I jumped on board with it right away. Hopefully we can look into something with that. We finally got the website up. We finally have Rumble up. We're looking into Roku. We're doing all these great things because, first off, we love the SCV, and we love taking back the narrative. And the more chances we get to reach more people to do that, the better. And that's why we always ask y'all to share. Get this information out there.
Because our audience reach right now is about lifetime of the show is different between our annuals and stuff like that. But our potential audience on just Facebook alone is 2.5 million people.
Yeah. And we reach about
not nearly 2.5 million people.
No. We actually, I haven't done the numbers yet for this year, but I'll go by last year's numbers of 250,000 people watched us last year and watched us.
We're on par.
What'd you say?
We are on par.
I'm just going to agree with what he said. So we're trying to continue our reach, and you'll see a lot of this with a lot of successful online entities that they make a career out of this. But we're just trying to get our message out. They have multiple channels, multiple platforms, multiple ways to get their information out, and because the reason they're doing that is the better chance to get recognized, a better chance to get seen, a better chance to get new eyeballs on their product. That's
well,
really
let me interrupt you right there, Moose. I think let me sum up what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
the Sons of Confederate Veterans should be the first stop for the true history of the South and the war for Southern independence. We are charged to do that. The History Channel, they're not charged to do that. Fox News, Newsmax, whomever, they're not charged to do that. We're charged to do that. And if you watch the pilgrimage video, we're the ones that have the voice, and we're the ones that have to go out there and tell them. As Lieutenant Commander-in-Chief Kennedy says, we have to tell our story. We do not need to hide our light under a bushel. So it is our duty to do that. The way we do that is through what I call media imperialism. Not all imperialism is bad. Media imperialism, which what we're trying to build is a media empire, a Confederate-friendly media empire, can be done, needs to be done, but the only way that we can achieve that is with you guys who are watching this right now. I mean, our message isn't going to get shared out there by some, Yankee dilettante from Ohio, or excuse me, debutante from Ohio who doesn't know which bathroom he needs to use. Again, opinions and viewpoints are mine, not necessarily those of the SCV. It's GEC, any division, brigades, camps, or other subsidiaries, strictly those of mine. It's us. It's left up to us, the Southern descendants, the descendants who are proud to be from men who would not be ruled, who knew that they were right in 1861 because their forefathers were right in 1776 to do it. As Commander-in-Chief McClooney and Bo Shears have said time and time again, if not us, who? If not now, when? Well, now is the time to do it. Reaching mass audience through social media and other platforms has never been easier in the history of the United States. Case in point, I am riding down Highway 25 in Mississippi, talking to y'all, reaching a worldwide audience. We can do it. The only thing it takes is a couple of minutes out of your day to share something, to sign up for a website, to log up for Rumble. Sit your grandchildren down and make them watch it. Sit your children down and make them watch it. If Carl can watch it, anybody can watch it. Rudder fry. News, I think you're muted.
Nabbit.
Looks like you're muted.
Yeah, I was. Thomas Franklin has already subscribed on Rumble.
He can't keep up when the national reunion dates are.
Yeah, but he can get on Rumble. Miss Linda, there is an app for Rumble. It is not relatively new, but it's still getting a lot of footing. But it's come a long way since when it first came out, let me tell you. Yes, it's in the App Store. Just Rumble, you'll see it. It has, let me pull it up. So everybody knows that YouTube is red. Rumble is a green little, basically knockoff YouTube logo. Again, it's an older version of YouTube, really. If I was just, Carl said he's not sure if he was just complimented or insulted.
Yes.
Yes. But you'll find it very easy. And again, if anybody has any trouble with this stuff, we're always happy to help. We are continuously trying to push anything we can to get out to the public so we can see more people. Like, for example, a random picture of ours went viral recently.
Heck, our dang Christmas card last year went viral.
Oh gosh, that one actually went viral by the benchmark. It was all over the internet, and we didn't get a lot of credit. People tried to steal it from us, and after we corrected them, they took it down. But usually our Christmas cards are always going viral. I don't understand it, but you come up with good Christmas cards. But
yeah, I got to come up with this for yours.
Yeah. Just the picture of the Robert E. Lee statue at Elm Springs went viral recently. And I'm pretty sure you've noticed that we've had to spend a lot more time dealing with trolls than normal. When we have a post go viral for us, that's just what happens. And the only thing that stops
we don't mind it.
We don't, because it's reaching new people. Our followers grew this week. So guess what that means? That is more people that can be introduced to the SCV. That's more people that gets introduced to the narrative that we are taking back and showing the truth about the Confederate soldier. So, anytime
and also the history. I mean, let's
and also
that.
So, we got good things planned, I guess, is a great way to just wrap that up.
Yeah.
And share our stuff.
A lot of great things planned. Speaking of also the history, for those that have been missing our first Monday of the month talks, we have been doing the heroes of our heroes and the American Revolution 1776. We are coming to the end of that section of stuff, or section of the season of the show. We divide our season between the first half of the season, what we call it. Then we go to national reunion, take maybe a week off traditionally. We may not this year. and then we go into our second half of the season. What we are kicking around and what we want from you, the chat heads, to tell us if y'all are interested in this. If y'all want us to keep on going with the American Revolution, we can. The Patriot is my favorite Christmas movie, to watch. Don't mind doing it. Love what we're doing with the American Revolution. But our idea, or at least my idea, and what we want y'all to let us know, especially if you email scvyouthoutreach@gmail.com, message us on Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, or whatever. What we're thinking about for the second half is the descendants of our heroes, where we talk about men like Harry S. Truman, or George S. Patton, or Simon Bolivar Buckner Jr., or Fighting Joe Wheeler's son, or those descendants of the Confederate soldier who have gone on and made a lasting impact in the United States of America. Because we get everybody downs on the South, because we're low hanging fruit. But they forget the impact that we had before the war and the impact that we've had since the war, not only to our American story, our American history, but to American culture. That's why this past Monday we talked about barbecue for an hour. But y'all let us know. If y'all want us to continue on with the American Revolution, we'll be happy to. This upcoming month, we've got Patrick Henry, and then we've got Thomas Jefferson rounding that out. We can come up with more American Revolutionary War episodes if y'all want, or if y'all want us to do biographies and other stuff on the sons of the Confederate veterans or descendants of Confederate veterans who've gone on to help, lead this nation in a sense of reunification, just like the monument up at Arlington that those neo-Bolsheviks are trying to take down. Y'all just let us know. Tell us. Y'all tell us.
I think the weather is not helping. I hear some people saying they have lost a bit of audio on GCB. So what he said basically is, do you want us to continue with our Heroes of Our Heroes series, talking about Revolutionary War heroes, are the sons of our heroes, which would be the descendants of the Confederate soldier? And a lot of people are asking about some topics. I might have something interesting to tell y'all a bit later on some of the topics y'all are voting out, but I have to make sure I get the ball rolling first. We could possibly discuss these men that y'all have been talking about, but let's see here about that could go into the next century of mini series we do on the show. A lot of great recommendations. Someone says Carl needs to do a cooking show.
I agree. I've been trying to do cooking with Carl for a while, but the problem with Carl cooks like a Southerner. All right, I need a handful of this and a pinch of that, and Carl's handfuls are different than Jason's handfuls. Carl's hand's bigger than Jason's.
Yeah. I still want to do cooking with Carl. I just want to watch. Just see the chaos that Carl would do would just be. Now,
no, Carl. Whoa, hold on. It ain't chaos. Carl is a great cook.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying like the chaos in the comment section of Carl being like, all right, well, I'm just going to throw a pinch of this in there. And someone's going to be like, well, how much is a pinch? And Carl's going to look at him dead in the camera, a pinch.
About this much.
Yeah. Carl is a phenomenal cook from what I've heard. I've never actually had Carl's cooking, but I've heard great reviews. But
pinch less than a handful, which is a little bit more than a smidgen.
Yeah, a smidgen. I need a second. All right. Well, I'm actually. Hey, Carl, this all started because of Connor, so you can blame Connor.
Carl and I have talked about this, and that was going to be one of the jokes of the episode, but Carl is an exact measurement chef.
Oh, awesome. I would love cooking with Carl then. I'm an exact with it as well when I do cook. Our official SCV chat historian, Michael C. Hardy, says that there are still a lot of great Revolutionary War people to talk about, and I couldn't agree more. I love the Revolutionary War. The only war I study more than that war, of course, is the war between the states. So I have a great love for our Heroes of Our Heroes series.
Yeah, and we're not saying that we want to end it. It's just we don't want to shoot it all at one time. If the chat heads would like to see us talk about the descendants of our heroes, or whatever we want to call it, we're more than happy to do that on. I saw where David had mentioned Douglas Southall Freeman. I'm thinking about on our second Monday show when we start talking about when we just don't have anything really planned out. It's a free episode. Throw in some literature biographies or writer biographies like Faulkner or Margaret Mitchell, or even Shelby Foote, or Flannery O'Connor, or Harper Lee.
You don't have to sell me on Shelby Foote. I love Shelby Foote.
Well, I mean, just Southern writers and a whole Walter Percy.
Right.
I mean, we have so many that we can talk about. Definitely, we can throw Freeman in there as a historical writer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's our first Monday show that we're trying to make nice for you, our viewers.
Yeah.
Oh, also, something Moose ain't mentioned, and I don't know if I'm still cutting in or out or not. Moose just interrupt me. We have a chance with Rumble and as well as some other things to do some nifty pay-per-view episodes where we go and let's say that Moose and I have a mutual friend who is a historian on Oxford, Mississippi. And he will do a historic tour of Oxford, Mississippi, to where you can learn from that. Of course, part of the proceeds from that pay-per-view would go to pay for his time and stuff like that. But let's say there's a certain author that is out there, writing, comes out with a brand new book, and it is a barnstormer of a book, and he's friendly to the cause. We can do a one-on-one, more in-depth interview, longer in-depth interview with him, to where we can guarantee, if you have a legit question for that author or a section of that book, you can get that question answered. Kind of like an in-depth, more personalized book TV, like what C-SPAN has offered, or what we even offer with our authors online. Of course, that would be a chance for us to sit down with the author, things of that nature. Potentially even the cost of that pay-per-view going to pay for you a copy of that book. So that's one thing that, a special battlefield walk, behind the scenes at a certain museum on the Gulf Coast where you can see stuff that is not on the normal tour. That sort of thing is what we're working out. Give y'all a chance to experience some stuff that's not normal in the SCV chat realm, or that you may not get to experience unless you're doing it with chat.
Yeah, we have a lot of great things cooking up, people. Again, what GCB said, our pay-per-views is something we have been toying around for a while, and because of that, we have a lot of great ideas already ready and cooked up that we hope to be starting to share with y'all. And again, I love Mr. Hardy. He saying that we are talking about some great subjects that interest him, and again, we love having Mr. Hardy on. So
I think he's talking about Tony Oast, though, when he's talking about Dr. Hunter McGuire.
Hey, they're all going to be great episodes we have planned in the future.
Yeah.
Do we want to go ahead, and we've reached an hour. Do you have anything you want to talk about before I hit us with a Pop-Tart closure and sponsor break?
I was about to say, just make sure you plug our sponsors.
I am. I'll do I'll do both of them real quick.
Okay, I'm going to hang up.
All right, I'll talk to you later. All right, thank you guys for watching. We're going to talk about our sponsors really quickly. And, of course, tonight's sponsor is the Kennedy Twins' most recent book, Jefferson Davis, High Road to Emancipation and Constitutional Government. Jefferson Davis, High Road to Emancipation and Constitutional Government. It's about how Jefferson Davis was a leader to the high road to emancipation. He looked for a day at which slaves would be prepared to live and participate in society. He did more than advocate for this high road to emancipation, though. He practiced his beliefs in the ultimate emancipation of Southern slaves, and many of his former slaves left for prosperity and their testimony about their former master, who prepared them to be a self-sustaining member of society. You can get the Kennedy Twins' newest book, Jefferson Davis High Road to Emancipation and Constitutional Government, at www.kennedytwins.com and most online bookstores. We want to thank the Kennedy Twins for sponsoring tonight's, Pop-Tart closer, and we hope that you go support them with the link in the chat. Please go follow us on Rumble. Make sure you share this episode out. Let's get a good view for the news we shared this episode, and, of course, an SCV chat update. I want to thank everybody for watching. Make sure you tune in Monday, 7 o'clock Confederate Standard Time for another great episode of SCV Chat. And remember to send all of your, let's get to the boom, send your pictures, short videos, news, and write-ups to scvyouthoutreach@gmail.com, and you'll be featured on the upcoming episode of Look Around the Confederation. And if you are a camp or division that have a project, or if you're a division that wants to do an address, please contact us at scvyouthoutreach@gmail.com, and we will set up a date for you to come on, Look Around the Confederation. I want to thank everybody for watching. And remember, my friends, to stay Southern. Good night, everybody.
There is a place, nestled in the rolling farmland of southern Middle Tennessee. A home constructed in 1837, nearly lost to the ravages of war. Saved by a servant and a Confederate general. A place where families loved and lost. If walls could talk, what stories could be told? If a place, a home, can feel love, loss, pain, surely this is one of those places. Nearby is a more recent structure, and inside are the stories of heroes and heroines, stories of battles won and lost, stories of sacrifices made by the people of its native soil. A place that will tell the true and complete story of the Southland and the war fought for its freedom. From the causes that led to the conflict to the modern-day struggles to protect Southern history. Historic Elm Springs and the Confederate Museum at Elm Springs are the general headquarters for the Sons of Confederate Veterans. A place where the story of the Southland and its historic struggle is preserved and told. Come and discover your history.